So we're in Cleve and we're talking to a farmer who's from a property of about 2,800.
11k south of Cleve.
So we're going to keep this anonymous because he doesn't want more crap coming down. But tell us, how long have you had the farm?
Well, my family's been there since 1950. They bought the place in 1954.
And what were they? Was it the same size then, or have you sold it?
No. We've bought two more blocks since then.
And are they aligned next to each other?
Yeah, just join on.
Yeah. And what have you mainly farmed over those years, over those decades?
Cropping and sheep and cattle.
And now you're down to just sheep and cattle.
Well, I do a bit of cropping, but it doesn't grow anymore because the rain just keeps going around me.
So, and when you say that, you were saying that you were getting Alice Springs weather. Is that correct?
Yeah, because all the weather patterns going south.
And is that to do with this El Nino thing, or what's that to do with?
Whatever. It's all about climate change, but that doesn't exist. But it's how it's all happening now.
Yeah. So how do you survive? Because you said it's 8 years of drought. How do you survive 8 years of drought as a farmer with that?
Just do what you have to do and spend least as money where possible.
And so you make the money just by selling and breeding livestock?
Virtually, yes.
Yeah, now you said you'd...
I've got a bit of a debt over me. I've got a bit of a debt.
And that debt's been accumulated because of the drought?
Yes.
The farm itself is paid off?
Buying hay. Yeah, I paid the farm off about 18 months ago.
So do those in the city who see the hay bales and stuff when they drive in the country or see trucks with hay bales, how much do they actually cost for, say, a semi-trailer full of hay?
Well, this year it was costing about $200 a tonne. And then you had to pay freight on top. But the feed, I forget their names now, the feed mob, a donation mob, they donated a lot of hay that come down from Queensland and New South Wales about back in 19. They donated a lot of hay. I think I got 2 loads. Yeah, so... And I know, it come from West Australia, that lot. So yeah, the hay, some of the hay that was donated, I got a couple of loads.
So that's farmers in WA helping out farmers here?
Yeah.
That's very lovely.
Yeah, well, but the most of the cost was just the freight.
Yeah.
Getting it here.
Yeah.
So the donation mob or whatever who did it, they paid for the fuel.
And you were saying that on a normal time when no one's donating it, though, you spend about 40 grand.
The government didn't do fucking nothing.
Yeah. But you're saying that the hay costs about 40 grand is what you're paying on hay, does it, about 6 months?
Oh, no, the hay's cost me about 140,000.
Over the 8 years or just the last few years?
Well, probably about 300,000 over the last 8 years.
Wow. That's a huge amount of money.
Well, once you sell your livestock, you got nothing.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's because my father, he did AI back in 1978, I think he started doing artificial insemination, and that's how we got the breed that we got, the Charolais, because we had about 12 different breeds and they were the toughest, so that's what we kept.
Oh, I see. So you got the toughest cows you could, bred them together to build a...
Oh, that was, yeah, they sort of tough of getting through the droughts.
Yeah.
And
what are the issues you're surfing now? Because the other issue you said if you had your guns taken away, which seems to be insane to me, because you need a gun for a farm.
Well, that's what they did, and that's what they did.
And any reason they took it away? They said
they said I didn't have them stored properly, but they said that before they even looked where I had them stored.
Can I say, if you say you needed, say there was a fox or like you said a crow.
No, doesn't happen.
If you've got them stored properly, how long would it take you to get it out, get it together, and go after the vermin?
15 minutes.
And so by then the problems
Unlock
run
it all
away.
and get it out, and then unlock the bloody ammunition where you keep the ammunition, then put it all together, and then go out and try and shoot it. And it's gone by then. It's all fucking ridiculous.
And so at the moment you've got cattle, you've got sheep. So if one of them is injured and you need to put it down, if you don't have guns, what happens?
It dies slowly. Bloody, he's a great little Liberal bloke, and he has big donations, he makes big donations to the Liberal Party, and the bastard that runs Landscape, his mate, is his bloody mate, little Liberal mate.
So you're alleging, I've got to use the word alleging, you're alleging that there's corruption there, and is this like a big fish trying to eat a small fish farm?
Yeah. Yeah, just getting fucked over.
And what else has happened? So you've had your guns removed? And what else have you gone through?
And because this all started when we had the big winds in 120 knot winds and 100 knot winds in bloody 19, and everybody else's farm was drifted. And you only got to drive out here, about 10k out the road here, and some of the sandy country out here, and see what went on. Their farms just got blown away.
So when you're talking about drift, this is the wind blowing away the topsoil.
Yeah, but then they come down and they were persecuting me about putting up electric fence across one of my paddocks up the road. It was about 1 kilometre long. It was 250 acres. I had about 60 sheep and 4 alpacas in there, but they wanted to fence it in halves. I said, what are you doing that for? Oh, that's what we got to do, so that's what they did. Anyway, he's coming down there and he's telling me about it and whatever. One of their employees. Anyway, I felt funny. And I didn't feel real good. And then, I don't know, that was about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Coming down there chewing my ear. It didn't feel real good. Anyway, about 7 o'clock I felt this pain in the top of my right arm.
It was a heart attack?
I was having a heart attack. I'd been having a heart attack for 8 hours.
Oh, God.
So anyway, I drove myself up to Cleve here to the hospital, and anyway they checked me out, put a thing on my arm and checked my blood pressure, and they said, Rowan, you're having a heart attack. So 2 o'clock in the morning they flew me to Adelaide.
Jeez. Now, have you had a stent or
A stent put in here.
Yeah.
They put it up through there somewhere.
Can we just go back for a sec? I see the alpacas everywhere. Why are they? Are they to protect the sheep?
Oh yeah, because they get your foxes. They protect your sheep.
So they actually work?
Yeah, they work. They see a fox and they're after it. Yeah, the stint got put in there somewhere, in that vein.
So it went in that vein, but it's closer to you.
Yeah, they put up there and around there and put the stint in there.
Yeah.
Just followed the vein up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the alpacas, they hunt the foxes away.
So what other things are facing you economically as a farmer? You're supplying food to the society, sheep, so there's wool and stuff. So what other things are you facing that are making it difficult?
Just the cost.
The cost of everything?
Yeah, it's just cost and bullshit and everything, all the government regulations and everything.
And what regulations are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know, it's just bloody regulations I don't know.
Instead of actually working on the farm, getting the farm, you're sitting there in bookwork and all this other stuff.
Oh, well, I don't know, if you cart your own grain, the truck's got to be virtually new to cart your grain, otherwise it gets put off the road.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got to be, it's got to be up to, any truck owner or truck transport business will tell you that it costs them, they virtually got to have a new truck every 2 years.
Wow.
Keep it on the road.
Yeah.
It's just, regulations.
Which doesn't make it economically viable.
Well, it costs them more, and every year they've got to get checked out by the road authority mob, or whatever, transport mob. So that's why all their costs are so high.
Yeah.
Because the government's just milking all the money off it.
Well, we noticed the costs are high even like in your town. We still can't get over the fact we saw 12 Brussels sprouts for sale for $9.
Yeah, well,
And how much did that cost?
didn't cost me anything. It was their bloody bullshit. Because they had the electric fence hooked up, but it was all, they earthed it out. So that's, they're called smart.
What would you like to see happen which would make you a lot easier, make you help get through this? What do you need? Apart from rain, of course.
Just rain. Everybody knows. Everybody knows me. Because it got put around.
And when the rain comes here, when it's normal season, it's just all winter, it rains.
Yeah, but the point is we used to get our big spring rains and whatever. We don't get that. We haven't got any subsoil moisture. All the trees are dying because there's no subsoil moisture anymore.
Okay. You're seeing a lot of dead trees.
Yeah, because there's no subsoil. There's no moisture in the ground anymore.
And is that
And plus, while we're talking about trees, the last, I don't know, since 2019, because when this drought started and got a bit bored, I started planting trees. I've roughly planted between about 2,500 trees.
You have?
All grown by myself. My mate helps me, my family mate from years and years ago, but they've been grown by seed and planted themselves.
How do you keep the rabbits off from eating them?
I haven't got any rabbits.
There's no rabbits out here.
2 drives of rabbits.
Okay. Wow.
I haven't got any rabbits. I haven't had any rabbits. I used to trap rabbits when I was a kid, but don't have any rabbits anymore.
Because the other thing we noticed, we don't see many insects as much.
No, because all the bloody chemicals they spray out in the ground's killing everything.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Because here, about every 4 months after it's usually about now, but we haven't had any rain to start it, but they start spraying. They spray every acre with their great big $1 million boom sprays. Every 4 months they keep, everybody about 6 weeks they keep spraying everything.
So that's why, like, we live on the road in the bus, we never have to clean the windscreen for insects.
No, because they kill them all with bloody spray.
And so that explains why there's less birds?
Yeah, well, I used to have little quails and, I don't know, heaps of spoggies and whatever. Don't see them anymore because we don't have any insects in the paddock.
But this,
There's chemicals killing everything.
could these chemicals, if they wash down, could they be a part of the algae bloom?
That is the algae bloom.
I see.
This algae bloom's fucking bullshit. Because bloody, it all started when we had that flood and bloody down the Murray there, and it washed all the chemicals out of that in the sea, and now they've got a problem, haven't they? You think the government's going to tell the truth?
No.
Yeah. It's bloody chemical shit. Because we had it down in Arna Bay down there. You can see all the water's frothing up every time waves come in. You think, what causes bubbles? Fucking shit in the water.
When you were young, when you're farming then and you were breeding the cattle, was there as much pesticides spread out there?
Well, we had amine and amine. I think we had amine then them days. MPCA, the old MPCA.
I don't know what that is.
Spray the bloody broadleafs with it.
Okay.
But we used to rip it up, work it over, and then sow it. That's how it went.
Oh, so they die and then you put it.
Rain, we ripped it up when it come green, and then when it come green again, we worked it over and killed the weeds, and then when it come sort of green again, we sowed it. But that doesn't happen anymore. But we've all got big farmers now that think they're millionaires.
Yeah.
They just spray everything. Because this is why you look around the countryside, everything's bare now.
Yeah.
Because they just keep spraying everything. They pushed all the trees down. My little neighbour pushes these trees down. Nobody says anything, but I've dobbed him into the...
You have to face this way, otherwise they can't applaud you.
I've dobbed him into the natural vegetation mob a couple of times.
Did they do anything?
Well, I don't know, but he does what he likes. And that's the same bloke that he's got mates in Burza.
Anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yes, you could put some rum in it. I don't know. Yeah, but it's because I tell the truth and whatever, they're just trying to fuck me over.
Yeah. So they want you to be compliant and silent and...
Well, they're just trying to fuck me off so my neighbour can have me farm. Because when this started, back in March last year, when everything gets at its worst, I noticed, because my little top neighbour, here about 10 years ago when he bought the property, because there's a surveyed road in between us with trees on it, and back here when he bought the property, he pushed half the fence down. And then he started pushing the trees down. And he was going to crop it.
Oh, so pushing the trees down is just get all the trees so you can just...
Pushing trees down on government land. And he was going to crop it. And then I dobbed him into the... whoever. Told the landscape board about it. Persia in them days. They would have done nothing about it because that was his little mate. But anyway, I noticed when this shit started last year, they made him put the fence up. So that's how I knew. I said, there's something coming. Anyway, as soon as that, after he put the fence up, then they come and got me. So you know what's going on, don't you?
Do you think they've seen that you're, because you speak out, they see you as a problem and that's why they took your gun?
Of course it is. Well, I don't know, that's why they're doing this stuff to me, I guess. Because I can see what's going on. I mean, it's all about fucking the little farmers off, and so these big blokes can get bigger and bigger. So, but now everything's just killed with chemicals. But I'm trying to grow trees and everything else, and I'm just a fucking idiot. But in 19, back in 19, when we had that drift problem, it blew all the dirt from under the fences and whatever, and I had to bloody, because my sheep kept getting out all the time because they had these holes under these fences, and this is why my little neighbours got angry, because I had sheep on the road, but I didn't have enough time or whatever to fill the holes in, but I've got most of them filled in now, and you know, but it just created big problems. But it's just blew all the dirt out from underneath the fences.
You're saying that the only way to get the topsoil back is good rain?
You will never get it back. It's gone.
Wow.
Because back here on my bottom over the road on my bottom farm, it blew all the dirt from my place on the road. So all the dirt they scooped up and that, instead of putting it back in my paddock, they took it down to me lovely little neighbour's paddock and put it in his paddock on all these limestone patches. So, you know, lovely little council that did that. So, you know whose arse he's licking. You know, all they had to do was just cart about out of me paddock, but no, they carted about bloody 3k down the road. All they had to do was just cart it about half a k and put it back in my paddock. No, they put it down on these limestone patches.
And is the paddocks that lost the topsoil, are they usable for anything after that?
Well, just made them harder, because down on the flat it's sort of hard ground, and it used to be sort of a sandy topsoil top, but now because it's got harder, I need more rain. Because some of those paddocks down there I haven't worked for about 8 years now.
So they're just sitting there unused.
Sitting there. Because now what happened now is, because I've had grow me saltbush patches, me little paddocks of saltbush, all the seeds blown out in the paddock, and they've come up now, so I've got saltbush over some all over the paddocks now.
And what's saltbush?
Saltbush. It's a native, like a native. It's a salty taste.
Can the cows and the
they love it.
can they eat it?
Yeah, it grows about. I can grow about 8 foot, 10 foot high.
Wow.
And the cows just love it. Yeah, they love saltbush. I've got, I don't know, back here in, when we 16 or 14 or something, they had this thing you could, they paid half the cost or something to plant the saltbush. So Pa and I, we got together and we planted 3 patches, about, I don't know, 50 hectares of it, of saltbush. Be more than that, about 80 hectares. Oh, about, yeah, it was about, I'd be 60 hectares of saltbush.
What's your view of the government at the moment?
Huh?
What's your view of the actual government at the moment? What the government's doing?
Well, you put your finger up your arse and pull it out and smell it, that's about what I think of them.
You just want to talk about the interest rates, because I switched it off. So let's talk about that. So what you just said about the interest rates from your perspective.
Yeah, well, on my loan, I'm not. I don't know. A normal loan's about 5%, but on my bloody, what they call it, my bloody loan, I'm paying. I said, look, the other day it was 8.25. So I'm just getting my overdraft loan. I'm just getting ripped off.
And you said that people are going to lose their houses because they can't afford.
Well, they can't afford it.
Can't afford the interest rate.
Yeah, but it's like you drive out of Adelaide now, and all the good land they used to grow the vegetables and everything on, are all covered in houses now. Yeah. Even up at Roseworthy there, they got a little suburb up at Roseworthy, and that's about bloody 80k out of Adelaide. Nah, it's just absolutely. They brought all these bloody imports, these people in, and now they've fucked the whole Australia up.
You think Australia's finished and gone?
Yeah, we've lost our identity now. We're not Australian anymore. We've lost our identity.
So if they finally won and you lost the farm, what would you do?
I got no fucking idea. Be an absolute.
Do you think these pressures are the reason that so many farmers are topping themselves?
Well, of course it is, because they've been on their farms all their life and been looking after their things and whatever, and then all of a sudden it's just nothing. You've just got nothing, I guess. I don't know. I've never been there and whatever, but you know, you're looking after everything. You got your own little space and everything, and all of a sudden you're gone. But the trouble is now what's happened here. I started about 10 years ago, I suppose. Earlier than that, these big farmers that offer so much for their farms, and they go, right, we'll just sell it. So a lot of them just bought a house in town and whatever. That's what they did. And then they sit here and then get fatter and fatter, and after a while they fucking die. I don't know, but a lot of them here, the old blokes are gone, but their wives are still alive and whatever, a lot of them. But you just, I don't know, die of boredom. You'd have to, because there's nothing. What do you do? You know, there's nothing. You sit in the house all day. What do you do? God, I'm out there fixing up things and looking after my animals and feeding my animals and always fixing things up. And like just before I come up here, went out the back and fed me sheep. There's plenty to do. You're never bored. I don't know, but then Then sometimes I remember to go out and water my trees in my tree house. I got about 15 foam boxes out there. I've got my trees in, and I just fill them, put about 4 inches of water in them, and keep the water up to them. One day it's going to get cool enough and wet enough to plant them out. It's always something to do.
Always something to do.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of being a farmer. Just there's always something to do.
Well,
Keeps you
if you
occupied.
got the right mind and the attitude, yes.
What do you love about the land? I know you're suffering a drought,
Well,
but
it's
you
space.
stay here all life. What do you love?
And it's something to look after, and you can always improve it. Because when Pa bought the block down over the road, was it in 72? I think he bought the block down over the road. It was the fence lines were just hedges of boxthorns. Because when we had to first use our little cultivators to dig it up, we had to have a chain on it because the boxthorn would get stuck inside the cultivators, and we have to go over to a tree or a post or something and hook onto the boxthorn and pull it out the cultivator because it was just covered in boxthorns. And it took me all my life to get rid of them.
What is boxnells?
They got red berries on them. They can grow.
Is this a native or an introduced?
No, they come from bloody South Africa. They brought them out here in the 1800s or bloody 1700s or whatever, and they brought them out from South Africa to make jam out of the berries. Now they've turned into bloody noxious weed, but these bloody big farmers, they don't do anything about them. If the boom spray can't go over the top of them, don't worry about it. But they brought them out here when the settlers come out here or whatever, brought them out here and making jam out of the berries. And that's what they brought them out here for. But they're just, because they're horribly prickly and they go through your tyres and everything, they're just a disaster.
So they're just too hard to eradicate.
Well, you can.
They use goats.
You just got to get at it, because I just walk up my fence lines or paddocks or whatever and just spray them with a little bit of Roundup, and that kills them when they're about, I don't know, foot high or whatever, and kills them.
And you're not worried about Roundup and all the things they hear about?
It's killing everything. That's why everybody's got cancer now. Bloody Roundup and that bloody, what's that other shit? Starts with a starts with a P anyway. I forget what it is. But that's why everybody's got cancer. It's in the food supply. But the government's not going to admit that, are they? Otherwise, they won't be able to grow all this shit. But they over in, because I got a relation that lives up in Jamestown, and because my daughter used to live. She's going with a bloke that used to live out the other side of Jamestown. But anyway, I think they did a soil test out there, and the Roundup, this was about 8 years or about 6 years ago, and the Roundups are put in the ground. And it doesn't go away. It's soaked in the ground, a foot. So, but nobody admits to it. Where you think, boy, everybody's getting cancer? Even kids have got cancer because all the shit's in the food supply. Nobody's going to admit it because they can't afford to grow it if they cut out all these chemicals.
So without the chemicals, you don't think you could farm out here?
Well, these big farmers won't.
So
they got they got 4 times as many acres as they used to have.
So smaller farmers can actually farm out here without chemicals, but you got a big farm, you need the chemicals. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, that's what we used to do in the old days. We used to cultivate everything, and we hardly used any chemicals. But now it's all bloody chemicals because they own 4 times as many acres now, and everything's sprayed with chemicals. Because when you deliver your grain to the silos now, you're not allowed to have any weed seeds in it.
What seeds?
Weed seeds.
Okay.
Otherwise you get docked.
Well, and docked means you get a pay cut.
Yeah, you get a certain amount taken off per tonne. But what they do is they dock you, and then they put the wheat in a good pile anyway. You know, big con story again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're making money out of your bloody bullshit. Oh, I know.
No wonder you're in trouble.
Yeah, I tell the truth, and if you tell the truth, you get fucked over.